the things or that, but apparently I set it up on the wrong layer tonight. That's me. Hello, my friends. Welcome to tonight's episode of The Wild Ambition here on twitch.tv/tabletop rolls. We're down to Twitty, we're down to Christine, we're down to Darla. People have lives. Say la vie.
Lovey.
La vie. Oh, wait, we should avoid using French. I don't want to get bed bugs.
Well, that's in France.
Paris.
There's an ocean between us.
I got
For
bed bugs
now.
from Disney World when I was a kid.
See, I'm kind of worried about that, right? Because big bed bug outbreak in Paris. Bunch of people flying back from Paris to places like LA, New York, and then bed bugs.
I hate that.
I don't think it spreads that easily, Will.
I know. I'm just
Those are
paranoid.
huge cities.
Winnipeg has a bed bug problem. Anyway. Hello, friends, and welcome to tonight's episode of Wild Ambition. If you're joining us from Canada, hi. If you're joining us from the States, hi. If you're joining us from anywhere else, hi. Let us know if you're like not on like continental North America. Let us know where you are. I look at the analytics on like our who's watching our stream, and there's some like super cool just like random countries that show up. Like we had some people watching Monday night from Japan, and I was like, that's cool. And that was fun. But
If you're from the moon.
we don't talk about moon. No.
No, I was actually just talking about our moon, like the normal moon.
All right,
Moon.
but before we get started, announcements. We have many of them, such as and so forth. Number one, other shows on the channel. Friday night, Astral Calling. Our party is dealing with a floor master named Manipulation, who's seeking to turn the party, crazy, and body snatch them. And the floor master has been very helpful with that. Has our party figured out who they are? No. Will they? Maybe. If they don't, I'm never going to tell them. It is totally possible for the party to succeed on this floor without finding out who the floor master is.
We get a special achievement.
Yeah, I'll give you a special achievement.
What does that mean? If it's not Zoe and there is an imposter, does that mean that one of the players in this campaign could be permanently replaced?
Who knows? So
Unfortunate.
So we have all that fun stuff happening. Then, of course, on Saturday, Salt and Sorcery, Will, Matt, Chad, Calf. Guess what we're doing? Playing Solasta. We're getting close to the end. Right, Matt?
Yeah, I wanted to mention something, but you asked me specifically not to mention it. So, about a certain group of boys.
Oh, yeah, don't. Please.
I'm not
don't.
going to.
That gives me such the ick when people mention it.
I don't think you're using that phrase correctly.
I think I am in this context. It gives
Yeah,
me
a
an
little
ick
bit.
when people mention it. But
Hold
we
it
got
close
that.
to my heart.
Sunday we're off. No Sunhaven Sunday. It's Thanksgiving in Canada, so I'm spending that with Emily and her family. And then Monday we're back to the Strength of Thousands Adventure Path. Our most viewed show on the channel. Thank you, Paizo, for the retweets and such for that. That was really cool of you.
So you're saying this is not the most viewed show on the channel?
No, this is
No,
not.
it's not.
No.
What am I doing here then?
Bringing light to our worlds.
I don't know.
Oh, well, okay.
The most viewed show on the channel is the Strength of Thousands AP, but that is because, and I will say that I knew doing an AP it would become our most viewed show purely because the amount of people who digest Pathfinder APs, like that's sort of what people who want to watch Pathfinder normally like to watch a lot of.
And watch
My
as we
head-
go on like a whole session coming up of like just pure faffing and digression from the campaign.
Possibly sessions plural.
Oh,
Probably
boy.
multiple sessions, Matthew. You opened this Pandorica.
You didn't have to go see.
Doctor Who reference!
You didn't have to go see Mercedes, Will. You made that choice.
I wanted to listen. Igoro was using Choco as a mount again. I'm trying to make character growth, so that's what we're doing.
Unfortunately, Go for it, Abby.
Oh, I was gonna say, locate. Every time you say Pathfinder AP, I'm like advanced placement Pathfinder.
Yes.
What?
I mean,
Pathfinder.
kind of.
Does character creation get even harder than it is for me?
That's just no. It's that's just first edition.
Ah,
Honestly.
okay.
I mean, Matthew, unfortunately, the upcoming arc as written in the adventure path is not necessarily time sensitive. And there is like a time sensitive element to the homebrew stuff. Also, I just think the homebrew stuff is more fun.
McKenna likes it more. As does Zoe, as does Sarah. So
Because it's me being allowed to be free.
it's because Matt is a very talented writer and GM.
Here's something that should shock no one and yet seems to shock every DM I ever have had who runs modules. The best part of a module campaign is the parts where the DM goes, I know I'm running a module, but what if I sprinkled in a little bit of spice? And I go, spice? Don't mind if I fucking do.
Spice is
McKenna.
code
the
for
best.
gay.
Because I feel like it's a matter of like DMs don't feel constrained when you're like left to create a whole world that's like, you know, analysis paralysis is too much choice, but when you get to add stuff on, you get to be fun and creative and you get to be a little bit more free with it.
Speaking as this is still the first AP I've ever run, I do want to say that I do feel kind of bad sometimes because I feel like both possibly the players and the viewers are here for a specific purpose to possibly see the actual AP. It's like, sure, you know, tuned in to watch Law and Order tonight, but we're going to actually do a documentary about clowns.
I think my purpose as a player is to tell a fun and interesting story.
Mm-hmm.
And beyond that, I don't really care whether I'm serving a module or a homebrew campaign.
I just want an excuse to hang out with my friends without feeling guilty that I'm not spending time.
I
doing
just need an
something
excuse
productive.
I just needed an excuse to give whoever is my DM at the time a mental breakdown.
You've yet to do that to me.
Well, McKenna's got like it handled.
That's
Abby, we can work on this together. Text me. I don't want to have a monopoly.
Add one
Oh.
more person and it's a democracy.
Okay.
What have I
Okay,
done?
yeah, we'll talk.
Insert I hurt myself today. Yeah, but we have that every Wednesday night, of course. Wild Ambition, the show you're watching right now. Hopefully Darla will be back next week. I know that we're down Twitty until the middle of November, and I know we're down Christine until the start of November. But that's fine. They got things to do, and I'm really excited to A, see the things Zoe's doing tonight, and B, for Cooper to be doing the thing Cooper do.
And getting money.
And getting that money.
Cooper's actually home tonight. They have a migraine though, so they will not be joining us.
Or Cooper.
They called out of work because of migraine. And now they are. Normally when I come home and they are home, I can hear, you know, the dulcet tones of the South Park cast going me from the other room, and I'm not hearing any of that. I think he's just out cold.
Ooh, that's
well, Cooper, hopefully you can get a good sleep in if you're watching the VOD. But why are you here, chat? Well, you're here to watch this show, and you're here to watch the show because of the amazing people that we have on it. As I said, we're down to Zoe, we're down to Cooper, we're down to Shy tonight, but we have half the party here, so we're pushing forward. And so, who is that other half of the party? Well, of course, we have everyone's favorite lizard, not a wizard, a druid, Lorgar, played by Matt.
Howdy, everyone. Welcome to Lorgar's Botany Corner. I'm going to tell you how to grow special cactuses.
What about succulents?
No.
Oh. Okay.
Only cacti.
Speaking of someone who may seem a little bit prickly, but they are sweet underneath, we
Handed
have
that one.
McKenna playing Honey.
Abby, you didn't think that was going to you, did you?
I was gonna be very surprised if it was.
Hi everyone, I'm McKenna Tynan, and tonight I'm playing Miss Honey Madeline, our resident gunslinger. I am McKenna Ray Art on all the socials, I believe. We'll just put it in chat.
Yeah.
Tonight I posted something on TikTok that it's probably the longest video I've ever posted on TikTok. It is 7.5 minutes long,
Oh,
really
God,
utilizing
disappointing.
that 10-minute video feature. And for once in my life, it is something that is about something that is actually kind of important to me. And if you care about artists or like commissioning art from artists, I would love for you to give it a watch. I'm not anticipating that it'll do that well on account of, again, it being a little bit longer than TikTok usually allows to do well. But who knows if some of y'all hop on there and press some buttons and maybe leave a comment and ideally watch it all the way through. That's one of the most important things. Maybe it'll get a little bit of traction. But yeah, that's me. That's my soapbox for the night. Enjoy.
Someone who fits in many boxes as they get many deliveries. We have Abby playing
Hi.
Dee Dee. How you doing tonight, Abby?
Puppy's adoption is
Aw.
official. She's part of the family now.
Hi, Cookie.
She's a cookie. She's a little cookie monster. She's a good girl. Yay.
We're praying for you, Cookie.
Why you look at me like that?
The whale eye.
She won't leave me alone, just for the record.
Aww.
She's so cute.
She is very cute.
Gotta love a good doggo. A good pupper. There is... I don't think I sent these to you, Abby, so I'll have to send them to you. But there's a cafe in Japan that does, like, cat-shaped puddings. And they've been doing, like, TikToks of them just shaking the puddings, making the cat stance. And I've just been spamming it to Sarah and McKenna. I'm, like, 99% sure McKenna doesn't watch any of the TikToks I send her anymore.
Ew, I even heart them sometimes.
Oh. But, c'est la vie. So...
Yeah, Cookie has her own Instagram account now. It's look to the _ cookie because she's named after a Seinfeld reference. Look to the cookie, Elaine.
All right. But let
I know you're
us-
shaking your head, but I grew up on Seinfeld, McKenna.
I know.
Well,
I was never a Friends bitch.
to make things a little bit more even, we're going to pivot to the intro.
Never gonna buy a Shadow workbook because of those fucking ads.
Last time on Wild Ambition, our party found themselves with a dead party member. Wanting to solve that as quickly as possible, they asked Candor to help them out with a little bit of a favor. Candor, being willing to do so, used a family artifact to summon something that his grandfather told him would help him in his time of need. Upon using this artifact, a elven figure appeared, introducing himself to the party as Aranari.
That bitch.
Also, I feel the need to point out here,
Yes.
to be fair, we didn't find a party member dead, like loose change under the
Yeah.
couch or something.
What happened, Matthew?
I killed
Oh
them.
no.
My pride killed them.
If we had a nickel for every time that Matt's pride killed another party member, we'd have 2 nickels.
Now, hold on.
Which
hold
isn't
on.
a lot, but it's strange that it's happened twice.
The other time was not pride. It was righteous indignation.
Isn't that the same thing?
Against... Yes, it is different.
But after summoning this entity, they said, yeah, you can go get them back. We just have to run to the plane of death, and that's fine. Her past lives are holding on to her. And so they decided to head there. After opening a portal, though, a spirit of death came by and basically started accosting Arinari for messing with the natural order, which, understandable. And our party was quickly pushed through the portal, jumping into the afterlife. Upon their arrival, they began to look around for Darla, where they eventually found Darla, and then realized that they don't have a way out. So, after a short time, slightly panicking, our party found their way into one of the doors that Assault actually led the party to in their incorporeal ghost form. A door that led to a spacious log cabin. And at this spacious log cabin, there was a number of young kids basically running around the cabin. And one of them, after answering the door, took the party to the owner of this cabin, a very muscular, strong-looking woman. And we are picking up right there as they kind of like look up at the party and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I realized we had visitors."
Howdy.
We're terribly sorry to intrude.
We're looking for a portal to get back to the material plane, I suppose is what you'd call it.
Oh. I don't really know much about magic.
Is this supposed to be Garl?
Yes, I'm just really bad at making the Garl voice.
To be fair, I never really nailed down a Garl voice. It was
I
more
know,
of
that's
just
why
a.
I think that's why it's throwing me when Will goes into the lilting like. This is my lady.
Listen, Garl is better than me talking like that because that's what happens whenever I say Garl. But
Hold on, Will. Hold on.
Oh,
Let me help you. Let me help you with the inspiration.
The
Yeah.
visuals.
The visuals. Remember this and
I know.
picture.
I can't make. Oh my god! I can see my face reflecting on it. I look so good lately. I'm very happy about it. Anyway, so
There you go. Good
I'm not
save.
going to
Here's
risk
what we
putting
got.
that back up live. It's going to come crashing off the wall.
that'd be funny. But as they continue speaking, I'm not really great with magic. That was my partner's sort of area of expertise. And they're not here yet, and I'm very happy about that. But
What do you mean Cassandra's not there yet?
still alive.
Long ass time.
Carl did her waiting.
So I've started taking in souls that got here a little bit too early until they can get out of here themselves. So,
I suppose that's us. We're here far earlier than we are meant to be.
all right. Well,
As a matter of fact, we're not meant to be here at all. Our bodies are probably waiting for us.
Hopefully not being pecked at by a buzzard.
cut to the body, like a buzzard coming down. You just see Christine turning toward it and glaring, and it just flies away.
Just mouths like, don't.
Cut back. You see them thinking really hard for a few moments. Like, you can almost see the steam coming out. And then there's just like, oh! There might be a way to get back to the material plane from here. My daughter told me about it. She comes and visits sometimes. She said that if I ever needed to get back to the material plane to help people out, I could. But I need to find... I would need to head down to the Eternal Heart, the deepest level of the afterlife. Apparently there's a sort of way to get back through.
Wouldn't that just be reincarnation?
No, that's 2 floors below the reincarnation floor. Here. I'm not really great at maps, but Garl picks up like a piece of wood and then just takes like this axe and cuts it in half. And then puts the wood on like flat side facing you all. Alright, so if this ring, because it's like the rings of a tree, is us, we're here on the paradise. In different paradises. Then right below this is the therapy level. I tend to avoid that one.
Yeah, you do.
Now, what would your wife
He's
say
learned
about that?
nothing.
She's not here right now. I don't have to worry about that.
After that is the torment level, and Garl just points there. Then after that is balance. After that is reincarnation. Then
What's
there's soul
balance?
destruction, and then there is the eternal heart.
The beating heart of the world.
Is that like a
That's-
metaphor or a real heart that's just beating forever?
I don't know what a metaphor is.
Fair enough.
I like to think Cassandra would have taught her that at some point. A little English lesson for Garl.
Also, I'm just sort of realizing, I'm not sure that unless this afterlife is like a mashup of all afterlives stacked on top of each other like some sort of weird sandwich. Does this mean that either all religions' afterlives are wrong or all afterlives religions are right?
They all exist at the same time.
That just seems confusing.
That's what all the doors are.
Um,
Like an afterlife buffet.
Yeah, take what you like.
do you
I
get
like-
charged more for your soul if you leave something on your plate?
Now that's a question.
Lorgar has never been to a buffet.
Now,
Like, I
is
don't
there
know if
a...
any of these characters would have been to a buffet?
I mean, I thought you guys live in town. I don't know what the tavern does on, Sundays or
Still
whatever
a
the.
tavern.
Still a tavern.
I mean,
Where's the Garden of Olives
They
ring?
there is only one Garden of Olives on the new continent, and it is in the big city.
Oh,
But is there like an afterlife ring
No.
for it?
Actually,
damn.
yes, it is. It's a level 5.
not on the torture level.
Yes.
Ooh, well, howdy!
Could be
Is it
worse.
because they don't give you like limitless breadsticks? Is that why it's on the torture level?
I think the entire concept is there because it's a torturous concept. For some reason, whatever force created this world just deemed it torturous, and no matter what people say or do, it just is there.
Right. So, how do we get to this cart place?
You just have to walk.
Great.
I mean, it's not
I'm
like we
dead
can.
and I'm still fucking walking.
I mean,
Thank you.
we can't get tired here. I don't think. So
Somehow that makes it worse.
I don't see how.
Honey, make me a perception check. From around the corner, honey, you see one of like the spirit children just kind of staring at you.
Hi there.
They just
Can I
keep
help you?
staring, and then they just
Well, that's ominous.
and walk away.
Do we follow the child? Is that what you do in this sort of situation?
That one came here a few years ago.
Anything since?
No, they were real quiet when they got here. Tuple, I forgot that.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't suppose you've got a map or anything. There's a lot of doors in here.
They just
so-
kind of like carve. And it's sort of a nebulous concept to just kind of work your way through the layers, the rings, if you will, the spears, maybe spheres, and they just basically Garl will carve into the wood, this piece of wood, like a map with like a general look for these to go down, and just hands you half a log of wood.
Thank
I mean,
you.
I appreciate that. Being a druid.
Isn't it
Now, you
just
said one of these was your daughter?
No, my daughter visits me from time to time here. She's
Huh.
taken over as the concept of death.
Oh, I think we
No,
briefly.
no, we didn't.
Oh no, yes.
You know, so the kid with the like really curly
That
hair?
Yes, that's Abigail.
Oh, we ran for her for a hot minute
No,
there.
I'm very proud of her.
I'm sure she appreciates that.
Yeah, I think she was about to beat the shit out of the guy who helped us here.
Oh, who
well,
helped, who
Tom.
helped you
Well,
here?
let's. We have a nice, lovely map. Let's. Oh
Oh,
no.
what was his name?
no.
Armani or something like that?
You know, I just can't seem to recall.
Did you say Aranari?
No, sure didn't.
The one.
Garl rages
Oh, no. Hey,
and
hey,
just slams the axe into the ground, and a fissure opens up, swallowing like 10 trees.
It's as she would have wanted.
Your displeasure is noted. We will take our leave. Thank you.
You sure you don't want to visit that therapy level?
Oh no.
Girl double rages.
Carl can't double rage. But
She's
Yeah,
like
after a lot.
level 20 plus. She can double rage if she wants to. She's
I was
practically
gonna
a
ask.
god.
I was gonna ask Will, just out of curiosity.
yeah,
This is the afterlife, so things are a bit wibbly wobbly, I assume. But what's Garl look like?
that's entirely up to you, Matthew, as the progenitor of Garl.
Oof.
I
I would say in the afterlife, Garl is probably free of the kind of the crystals.
Yeah.
Probably not her scars because she has a very different attachment to those. She got a lot of them protecting people. So.
Did she ever let Nim regenerate her eye?
I mean, probably Nimwood can be
Better
pretty.
to see Cassandra with.
I mean, that's probably the argument she used. Like, damn, he got me there.
That's exactly the argument Nim used.
I would love to see. I would love to see her with depth perception.
Exactly.
I keep, I keep leaning in for a kiss and hitting my head on the wall.
Aw.
Oh, poor Garl.
Well, as I leave, I rack my brains. Do I recognize that kid from anywhere?
Roll me just a straight d20, McKenna.
Fuck. That's a 15.
There is recognition. As you look back for a moment, there's a recognition. It's not a recognition that you're like able to thumb down, but it's like a distant memory. Like they look familiar. They look familiar. And you feel like you know them.
That's all I get.
But that's all that Honey has going for them right now.
Interesting.
So, as you all exit, you should see yourselves on the map.
Oh man! Oh, what the hee-haw?
And I'm going to quickly do a better job describing how the sort of Paradise Door area looks, just because I'm not quite happy with how it sounded last week. So as you exit through the door, you return to the sort of Paradise in-between corridor. And though the ground feels solid beneath your feet, every step you take, you see small ripples sort of expanding outwards from you. Almost like walking across a dark and endlessly deep lake. An almost infinite number of doors, each one of different sizes and with different symbols on it, can be seen all around you. Just like the first time when you exited, there was no like doors around you. There's a little bit of space. But unlike this time, there are a couple of figures just kind of like leaned up against doors waiting. In addition to that, though the sky is black and above you and would have no reason for light to be seen, everything is bright enough for you to see. As you are sort of looking about, those two figures on the door begin to stand up. And as they do, they let out a hiss. And they look very similar to the help desk people, but a little bit more gaunt. And as they hiss, you can see sharp fangs leaving their mouth.
Leaving their mouth?
Yeah, like...
Going for a walk?
No, just like...
Okay. I mean, both are not great.
Sharp fangs protruding from their mouth. Better?
Autonomous fang dentures.
And we are going to roll initiative.
Oh. I did not expect that.
Ready? Come on, paper.
And
Much
I
for
will
paradise.
control Darla.
I mean, we're in Paradise's waiting room.
Still.
Wow.
Darla, Lorgar, Honey,
Lorgar's feeling feisty today.
Alright.
descending. Alrighty. Thank you, Lemon.
What?
Lorgar. I'm going to zoom
no.
in a bit. Also, like, look at
Betrayal.
this. How do we like this map, team? I feel like I'm very happy with, like, the physical
really pretty.
representation of it.
I am concerned if these are actual pits.
It's like a different texture, is what it's more meant to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately, like, the map making software I use, it has like this like really cool water effect that you can put down that does make ripples like when you like cursor over it, but that doesn't translate to Roll20. But imagine that happening.
Okay.
But Lorgar, you see these two sentries just kind of like stand up and like,
Careful.
the living should not be here. We must rectify this. Lorgar, what would you like to do?
I mean, that's sort of what we are attempting to do, but I don't think it means the same way that you're meaning it. So I'm just going to say Parch and Heat. And I cast my druids. Oh, dang it, did I close my thing?
I'll put it on red. And we got blue.
Yeah. You know what, the heck with that. Alright, sorry. I closed my thing and then I
You're good.
opened it incorrectly. Parching Heat.
Alright, so I gotta make a fort save. Is this on red or blue?
Oh, I didn't even see red.
So blue.
I was zoomed in too much. Yeah, blue.
They will fail.
Alright, so they are going to be
Drained 1.
drained 1.
Alright, so they will decrease their maximum hit points by their CR and take a -1 to fort saves. Anything else, Lorgar? You still have an action.
I am going to use my remaining action to cast a cantrip, and I'm going to give guidance to dear old Honey Madeline.
Alright.
Oh, thank you kindly.
Dewdrop, you're up next. It appears as though these creatures are slow to get moving, and you all being on edge from the combat in that cave seems to be giving you the advantage in this fight.
Cool. I'm gonna say, well, we're just trying to get back along with, all of our friends here, and I cast Phantom Crowd.
Alright, so Phantom Crowd, 2 actions, 60 feet, 10-foot square. Okay, so where are you going to put it?
Mostly in front of us.
Okay. So, like, there?
Yeah.
Alright,
It's enough for us to, like, kind of blend in a bit.
fair enough.
And do we know which store we're supposed to be getting to?
No.
Well, then I
And
whisper.
from what you can
"Figure out
tell,
what door."
it's like a stairwell down that you have to go find.
I whisper to the others, we gotta figure this shit out.
Darla, unless you have anything else you want to do with that last action you have, Dee Dee.
Nope.
Darla is going to
Hey.
stride into the crowd to here, and then they are going to delay. And they're going to hold, not delay, they're going to hold an attack for something comes towards Dee Dee. Honey, you're up.
both sides of us, huh?
Yep.
I guess I will simply have to shoot the one closest to me. Because I'm already loaded, let me make a feint check against the red one. 15's probably not going to do it.
That will not succeed.
And then I'm going to do 2 shots. 1, 2. Good lord.
The 15 will miss. The 25 will hit.
I'll take it. You take those 3 damage, mister.
They'll take it. All right. Anything else?
Nah.
Fair enough. Then...
Well, actually, I got my 10 paces, so I can do that from here.
All right. This one's going to go. It's going to stride twice to get up to Lorgar. And then it's just going to claw at Lorgar. A 30. Ooh, I rolled good.
30, you say?
Yes, a 30.
Yeah, that will definitely hit.
Okay, that'll be 7 slashing damage.
7 slashing damage. I can handle that, I think.
Next up is this one. It's going to run into the crowd and get right up to Dee Dee's face. Darla's held action is going to go off, and Darla's going to make a dagger strike on them. And a 27 will hit flat-footed for 5 piercing damage plus their sneak attack, which I thought I had programmed for her, but apparently I didn't. So I will do that now. Sorry, chat. Doop. 4.
So I hope, chat,
26.
everyone's having a nice week. We're halfway through. Weekend coming up.
Woo.
For another 6, so it'll be 11 damage in total. Boom. That had to stride once, and then they are going to take a strike at you, honey. You are concealed to them because they are through here, so I'll make the flat check. These creatures are relatively... They will miss with their first strike, and their second one will also not be able to hit you.
Amazing.
The concealment
Love that.
doing work.
Yay!
Lorgar, you're up.
All right.
The concealment doing good work.
So cute.
Lorgar is going to attempt to, I think, just do a electric arc straight into this guy in front of him's face.
All right, well, you can hit both of them with electric arc.
That's true.
So it'll be a reflex. Okay, I'll do red first. Success, blue, fail. All right, so red will take half of 5, which gets down to 2.
Yep.
And blue will take 5.
And because that was an attempt to try and draw out an AO, I'm going to spend my last action to nod at Salt, who is then going to take his 2 actions. He is just going to move to the opposite side.
Yep.
Just a stride. And then he is going to, because he is... they are flat-footed to him now.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to do a sneaky Jaws with sneak attack.
Roll it. 21 will hit flat-footed, so that'll be 4 damage to red.
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
No, that is it. That's my whole turn.
Yeah, as Salt just kind of like runs behind them and just runs up and bites into this creature's neck, it lets out like a
the irony.
Dewdrop.
Okay,
You're crazy that the afterlife has vampires in it.
True. I am going to inspire courage.
All right.
And I am going... Is there a check that I can make to figure out where we need to go?
Yeah, that could be a survival or a society. If you want to read the map and see if you can decrypt Garl's map.
So those are gonna be down this way. Survive. Oh, we're going survival.
You think with like a little bit of time studying the map, you could do it.
I need time.
All right. You still have one more action if you want to use it.
Oh, I will smack someone with my battle fiddle.
You will not. Alrighty. Next up, Darla is going to stab at the blue one. Stab the first. Yeah, that'll do it. So that'll be 8 plus another d6.
And I get extra damage from my
So-
thingamajiggy.
So that'll be 10. So that'll be 12 damage on the crit from the first attack. Second attack. A 15 will miss. Third attack.
It's a
will
16.
miss. A 16 will also miss. They need a
Damn.
20. Miss Honey Madeline.
Madeline.
It's your turn as these creatures are hissing at you.
I'm assuming blue is also concealed to me.
Yes, blue is also concealed to you.
And I'm not gonna focus on that guy. I'm gonna reload and shoot twice at red.
Fire at will. Well, the
There's
first
a
one's a
nice
miss.
one.
The second one's a crit.
The first one
Hell
was
yeah.
technically an 18. I don't know if that makes a difference.
Their AC flat-footed is 20.
Dang.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So the second one is a crit. So we got 31 plus 1, so 32 damage.
Wouldn't
Damn.
it be his bard song gets doubled?
33 damage. Damn. You look like they are on death's door, perhaps at 1 hit point.
Damn it. Only I could roll over a 5 on my first shot.
Yeah.
If only.
Anything else?
Nah.
All right. Next up is the Eternal Century. They are going to stride right up to you, honey. You did just almost kill them.
Oh, me? Nah, I just
And they're
delivered
going to
the
claw at you.
right.
A 16 to hit you.
Nah.
A 25 to hit you, flat-footed.
Ooh.
Awesome. So you're going to take 14 slashing and 1 precision for a total of 15 damage as this thing just like sends a claw just right across your arm.
How you doing there?
Oh, you know.
This one's going to go, and they are going to try to get Darla. Darla's not concealed to them.
Does flat-footed count if one of the creatures is concealed?
We'll say yes, because they're still threatened. There's just the concealment. It's based off of being threatened. Let me double check, though. Would you have not been hit if you were not flat-footed by the 25?
No, I think I would have. It's just a matter of
The sneak attack, the extra d6?
principle. Yeah.
That's fair. Let me double check the concealed condition. Concealed.
I doubt that there's something in the book about this. It just. if
Well,
the
it might
person
just say
can't see it-
concealed enemies do not count as threatening or something.
It does not say they do not count as threatening, but they do need to make the flat check to target you. So I'm going to say that yes, you are still threatened, but you have the protection of concealment. This one's going to go. They're going to send 25. That'll hit Darla for 9 damage. So,
Girl, you're crushing my kidney.
and they'll make another attack on Darla. Boop. For a natural 1, which will miss, and one more attack on Darla for a 17, which will also miss, and then we'll move on to Lorgar.
I am going to throw a 2-action heal at Honey Madeline. So just ignore that DC. So that's going to be 2d8 plus 16, I believe. For level. No, it's only level 1. So
2d8
just,
plus 8.
or is it just 1d8 plus 8 then?
It is just 1d8.
Yeah. I keep thinking.
Yeah,
which is
you're not
fine
a higher
because I
level.
only lost 15 hit points.
It's a 1d8 plus
12.
6, so 12.
There you go.
And then I'm gonna use my last action. Catch up, Salt. Salt's gonna run to there.
Aw.
Meow, 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 meow.
Salt, where did your rules thing go? There it is. All right, and he's gonna make another sneaky Jaws attack.
And Salt just comes as this thing is
Yeegees.
menacing Honey and just like about to like send in like a double claw strike. Salt just like runs up this thing's leg, just like curls its body around its neck and just like bites right into one of its eyes and it just crumples down.
All right, Salt, I'm getting a little worried about you.
I'm not. Salt
That's just
seems
regular
fine.
cat activity.
Salt.
The rest of us I'm a little bit worried about.
Dewdrop. What will you do?
Well,
How many kill steals does Salt need to get to like level up?
Salt has
True.
2 kill steals right now.
Like 3.
I am going to Scorch and Ray, the one in front of me.
Roll it.
Hugh.
21. It is concealed to you, so roll me a DC 5 flat check.
Good Joker. Come on. Advanced dice roller. Let's go. How the fuck do I do that?
/R 1d20.
That's right. Come on. Sorry, puppy. /R1 D20.
Don't forget to put a space between the R and the 1.
Okay. R space 1.
Okay.
There we go.
Can hit, but unfortunately a 21 is a miss.
21 is a miss.
AC is 22.
Flat-footed.
It's not flat-footed to a ranged attack.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, I don't like that. So I'm going to smack it with my battle fiddle.
Roll it. This one it'll be flat-footed for, but don't worry about concealment. You've already gotten it once, so you're fine.
Yay! Come on, battle
Because
fiddle.
as I
Let's
house
go.
roll it, even though as I house roll it with concealment, as long as you get 1 success on it, from then on you don't have to roll for the rest of that round. Unfortunately, an 8 is a
I
miss.
couldn't do shit. In that case, well, how many actions is the inspiration thingy?
One.
The whatchamacallit? 1. I'm gonna do that next and say, kick his ass.
All right, Darla's going to try to do just that with a stabby stab. Darla will miss. A second stabby
Here it
stab.
is.
Darla will stab, and Darla will deal 7 damage, which will be enough to make this thing crumple to the ground and dissolve into a sort of like black mist.
I'm a lover, not a fighter. What can I say?
Go to Fool Desk.
So much for the help desk.
I mean, is the desk still there? Maybe they have some keys or something?
I mean,
Maybe.
the desk is still there. There, if you say like help
Loot the
desk.
desk.
I'm gonna go check out the desk.
Yeah,
They've gotta have something interesting back there.
standing behind the desk is a gaunt-looking figure.
Oh my god.
Wait, can we farm this endlessly for XP?
You normally just let monsters run around here?
Those are the Eternal Centuries. They are very helpful in keeping the peace, especially when people escape from lower levels.
Who escaped from the lower levels?
I do not know.
And why were they attacking us? Because it wasn't us.
They attack things that do not belong. Can I help you?
Does anyone else need some healing?
No, I'm good, Lorgar. Thank you, though. Can I just say that you've been utterly unhelpful?
I apologize you feel that way. If you'd like, I can recommend
no,
you
that's
to
not
our
an apology.
therapy level.
That's not an apology. You should go to therapy and learn that that's not an
Oh
apology.
boy. I'm gonna heal myself.
You say, I'm sorry
I do
for
not heal
my
myself.
actions, not I'm sorry you feel that way. That's not a real apology. I'm done with you. Dee Dee, can you read that map or not?
Well, let me take a look. See here, and I start reading it.
Yeah. It takes Dee Dee like 2 minutes, but Dee Dee, you're pretty comfortable with. You could probably find your way down to the stairwell with the map. It looks like it's just like a central stairwell. It does like stop at level 5, which is the torment level. And then it looks like from there, basically each floor. It looks like from there you can take one that takes you onto balance, and then from balance you can take one all the way down to the soul dispersal floor, and then from there there's sort of just some question marks like, don't know where the exit is there. You might need to figure that one out on the way.
Gotcha. Well, looks like we got our work cut out for us. First
Let's
of-
march on.
Stairs.
Luckily, only short stairs, so like you take like 3 steps down the stairs and it feels like you're at the next level. And then you look up and you see that the stairwell is like infinitely longer.
Good lord. All right.
Do you all like want to go? Where do y'all want to head via the stairwell? You can head to basically any of the levels that you want from either the paradise levels, the therapy level, or the torment level.
I mean, the
I said
torment
therapy.
level. Do you need to go to therapy, Dee Dee?
I think everybody needs therapy now and then. I think that even if you feel like you're doing good, a little therapy session couldn't hurt.
I am mildly concerned we shouldn't perhaps linger in this realm too long. Chances of it becoming unfortunately permanent might increase the longer we are here.
Yeah. So in this case, a little bit of therapy could quite literally hurt.
Yeah.
I suppose my personal thoughts on this is that we just take the fastest route out of here, which I think is unfortunately through the torment level.
Alrighty.
Trust me, I'd rather go through the therapy level than through the torment level if it meant that we could get to this heart or whatever, but that don't seem to be how the map is laid out.
As you come to the bottom of the stairwell, in front of you...
Is there a check that I can make to see if she's just trying to avoid therapy?
perception for insight.
Come on. Come on. Now, which is better, my perception or my insight?
No,
Probably my-
perception for insight.
Ah, okay.
That's what you're using the perception check for.
Truthfully, I don't think you needed to roll this. For Honey, a torture level, therapy level, 6 of one, half dozen of another. It truly does not matter to her beyond which one is the way to go to get out of here.
As you come to the base of the stairwell, in front of you all is a set of double wooden doors. They appear to have like a sort of like gold trim along the edge of them. And on the door is what appear to be depictions of sort of different beings staring towards you all. Honey, for your case, it is a matronly looking woman. Lorgar, for your case, you see another Aruxi, a very familiar face to Lorgar's as it is their mother's. And lastly, Dee Dee, you see the face of a man. A man who took your swamp hut from you.
That man, that nasty, nasty man.
I'm not liking this door.
Nope. Which means it's probably the right one.
Although, we could take the long route and go through the therapy level, which I might need after looking at this door.
Is there actually a route through the therapy level?
I don't know.
On the map?
Garl
I
avoids
guess
it.
Garl wouldn't know either.
Garl doesn't know
yeah.
anything about the therapy level.
Oh, girl.
Probably been there at least once, but she closed her eyes.
Jesus.
And her mind and her heart.
Oh. See, that was implied.
The second Cassandra gets there, she's kicking her butt down to therapy level.
I mean, that's probably why she's doing it, to elicit that response.
Aww.
Oh no, you're gonna rough me up and make me go to therapy? Oh,
Oh
stop.
no.
I'm still surprised Cassandra isn't there yet. I am still on team. The second girl died, she would have pulled a Padme and died of a broken heart.
There are reasons Cassandra is not there.
Oh no, she's been trapped in an orb or something, and we'll have to rescue her.
Now I must know what happened to Cassandra.
How many hundreds, possibly thousands of years has it been, Will? Since
Two
Garl and Cassandra have
two
seen each
dwarven
other?
two dwarven lifetimes. So assuming that Garl lived like a decently long life, it's been about a little bit under 1,000 years by this point.
That's way too long.
It's too long. They're too in love to wait that long.
Something's wrong.
Something's wrong in the neighborhood.
Something is not right. Something is quite wrong.
But
It's been a while since we had a musical number.
that is the door in front of you all.
Oh? Alonzi?
I don't know what that means, but let's go. Abby
Yeah.
knows what it means.
As you open the door, in front of you is a sleek, stylish, and quite frankly, kind of unexpected looking room. It has sort of like long wooden railings that walk up to what appears to be 3 separate like standing pedestals. And in addition to that, like the floor is like lacquered and shiny. It's like a checkered floor. There's lights that are basically causing like bright lights to work as like spotlights all the way down towards these like 3 daises, and that is currently all you see. Everything else is shrouded in darkness.
Look at the
Hello?
map one more time and sort of see where to go through here.
It basically, the map shows that the next way down is the ladder. It's like you have to find like a maintenance hatch, basically.
Does it show whereabouts that might be?
No.
Great.
Perception check to look around?
Sure.
Big money. 21.
That was my perception check.
Roll higher than a 9. Yeah, there you go.
7.
Lorgar, Honey, Dee Dee, do you want to make a perception check?
I believe I can.
Lorgar
No, I
and
can't.
Honey, the two of you see sort of like writhing movement in the shadows.
But no latch.
No latch.
Great. So are we just supposed to walk onward unto our doom, or... Dee Dee, Lorgar, do y'all have any fucking idea what we're supposed to be doing?
No, man. I'm so weirded out
There-
by the spotlights.
There's no signage of any kind. Like, there's maintenance hatches, but there's no, this way to this section, this way to the maintenance room. I don't...
Darkness right now.
Hello?
Oh, I
As-
got one.
as
I got a
Dee Dee
Hail Mary.
yells- Oh, go ahead.
I got a Hail Mary pass again. I pick Salt up so his little legs are dangling.
Hello?
Walk a few steps forward, put him down, then back away.
Salt just kind of like turns and looks at you.
Show us the path of destiny, Salt.
Salt just turns around and starts like walking towards the daises.
Wrong answer, kitty. At least for me.
I suppose they're just a killing machine. That's all. That's all Salt wants to be.
How much you want to bet there's some song and dance and show pony business with these dice is that we have to torment ourselves all the way through.
What if Salt wants to be a lawyer? Ever thought about that?
I mean,
Lawyer, bloodthirsty killer, really, what's the difference?
they are pretty cutthroat.
Haha!
And if I've ever met a barrister, they're certainly that type of person.
I guess we will continue following the skeletal cat.
Yeah.
Well, no,
as-
yeah,
Yeah, it's a
to the
mummified
dais, I
cat.
suppose.
As you're working your way down, like there's a point where the path kind of opens up, and then there's just like writhing darkness around you that you could just walk into if you wanted to.
I'm gonna say hello real loud again before we do any walking into anything sketchy.
As you say hello really loudly again, more lights appear, and in front of the three of you, standing in what appear to be judicial robes. In McKenna's case, in the center, is the matron. Then to her left is Lorgar's mother. And then on her right, not Lorgar's mother's right, but the matron's right, is Dee Dee's ex. All three of them towering over top of you all. Like, imagine giant versions of them.
Dee Dee's ex is, in fact, a rat folk.
Yeah, he's just towering over you. It's a giant rat folk.
You rat bastard! What are you doing here?
Wait, does that mean that they're deceased as well? Did you kill them?
I wish.
The torture level, Lorgar. I'm assuming these people are just here to... Does that mean that your mom passed? I'm so sorry to hear that.
I don't want to talk about it.
Understandable. We're just passing through.
I like, is this actually the torture level? I would have assumed there'd be like, the rack and spikes and spiders and
The darkness drops, and
Oh.
just like all around you, all that writhing motion. You see people with like trying to grasp at gold, but it just going through their hands. You see people trying to eat at food that's just going through their hands. You see like a number of different sort of ironic punishments for bad behaviors, like just all around you, happening at all times.
Oh, look, a really hateful religious person is surrounded by attractive people dancing constantly.
Yep.
He's
That-
singing
that is-
Hellfire or something.
Because Darla's still with us, is she not?
Yes.
There's no one here for Darla?
There's
considering
no one
she's the one
here.
who's actually
There's
dead?
no one here for
She is
Darla.
without sin.
Yeah, that's fair.
Those without mind are without sin.
Be nice to her.
I have proof there's nothing there.
You proof?
Nothing there, nothing there.
Anyway, great seeing you. Thanks for coming out. We're just passing through. Goodbye. I'm gonna move to try to walk past
Yeah, you walk past.
the diocese.
You
I'm
easily
just
walk
keeping my
past.
eyes on the floor.
These
on Honey's-
these
the back of
three
Honey's
just stare down at you the entire time. And as you're walking, you hear in the matron's voice, "Keep running from your responsibilities, honey. You know you always will."
I listened to what I was told and do not look back. I just
Yeah, you just
keep walking away.
keep walking away.
I spit on my
Oh,
ex.
I think she also gives like a, I don't run anywhere.
Not in these shoes.
I barely walk if I don't have to.
Precisely. Thank you, Dee Dee.
All right, so Honey walks past.
I'm a walk past as well.
Lorgar, as you're walking
I
past,
spit on my ex, but I also walk past.
you hear in your mother's voice, "I'm so disappointed that you will never meet your potential, Lorgar."
Aha, but because I know that this is the torture level, in fact, I will interpret that in the inverse. And I'll interpret as, you're doing great, keep on walking. That's what I'm going to keep doing. I have figured out your trick.
Dee Dee, as you spit on your ex and walk by, you'll hear them say, You're not worth the effort to love you.
Damn.
Keep drop, keep walking.
And you're not worth the effort to clean those skid marks. All right?
Damn straight.
Fuck off.
Damn straight. You tell him. You tell him.
Yet you stayed so desperate for someone to want you around.
Meh.
You just stick your tongue out and blow raspberry.
Yeah, go.
That's right. Abandon. Just like you abandon the things you love. They miss you.
Don't you bring Lefty and Ratty into this.
They miss you, Dee Dee.
Honey, where's your gun? Lend me your gun. Lend me your gun right now. I start reaching for your
Dee
gun.
Dee, he's just trying to get a rise out of you.
It's
Give him what he
working.
wants.
And
You are
remember,
giving him what he wants.
He's
This is
getting bigger every time
Oh,
that she
oh.
does this too.
I'm just gonna try and push her along.
Honey has not stopped walking.
As you come to reach the door, Honey, the matron's arm goes to go in front of it, but it is small enough for you to just step over. In Lorgar's case, the arm appears to be Lorgar's mother, and once again, it is small enough for you to step over. However, Dee Dee, your ex's hand completely blocks the door.
She's a gnome. It's too big for her to step over.
No, he's also just gotten that big.
Get out of the way.
Do you think you have any right to leave?
Yeah.
You deserve this.
You deserve to suck my dick. So, get fucked.
How can someone so incapable of love be around such worthy people?
How can someone so ugly have my house?
How could someone work so hard for the things they care for, but yet just abandon it when the moment pleases them?
And how could someone not work at all and live off of my paycheck?
Oh boy. I feel like I'm
Honey,
learning
still
more about
not
this
looking
tonight.
behind her, just goes,
How could someone be so
Oh, boy.
desperate to have another in their life that they're willing to provide for them in any way they see fit?
How could someone be so desperate that they came crawling to my doorstep 3 times?
Yet you still were so desperate to have someone by your side, you let me in.
Or I'm just that nice and hot.
Hot or washed up?
You wouldn't know shit about washed up. You never washed up.
I know you have failed to find someone else.
Boy.
Yeah,
Why would
because
she
I've
need
found
someone else?
some 3, 4, 5 else.
And they've all rejected you. See, you're
Not
not
after a
worthy
good
of
time.
love.
that's true. She was just with someone the other night. In a different dimension.
And it was real hot.
Oh,
And
yes.
even at the size you are now, their dick was probably way bigger
Oh
than
boy.
yours.
Oh boy.
And you could
Let's
say
go.
it was. You
I
could say it was
don't-
rock hard.
I
You
don't want
could
him
say
to
that, yeah.
I don't want him to prove otherwise, please.
Anyway, move aside, mouse.
You hear the giant sound of a zipper.
What? Family-friendly channel.
You, Dee Dee, as you attempt to walk through the hand, you just pass through it.
It was an illusion.
Torment level. Meant to torture you.
See, I always knew you were all talk, no substance.
Go through the door now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can. Dee Dee's able to make it through the door, and you are all basically now going down a corridor in this area where there's a number of different rooms where you see people experiencing these sort of ironic and specified towards them torturous situations. What would you all like to do now? Excuse me.
Anyone who can like to can make a perception check over 22.
I'm gonna give it my best. Nope.
I'm gonna give it my worst.
Honey looks really chill. That girl is cool as a cucumber. This did not bother her at all.
Ooh, that motherfucker always knew how to get a raz out of me.
Clearly. We're still making our way through this, trying to find a fucking ladder, right?
Yeah, there is what appears to be like a hatch at the side. At the side, basically down like a little tight corridor between two of the different rooms.
Right. So there's a choice of two different rooms?
No, there's like the two different rooms and then tight corridor with like the ladder hatch in it.
Oh, so
Yeah,
you
so
just need to go
room,
down the
room,
ladder hatch.
ladder. Yeah. What's your marching order for this?
What's my what?
What's the marching order for this? Who's going down first? Who's going down second? Who's going down third? Who's on first? Who's on second?
I'll
And who's
volunteer
on
to
third?
go first.
I can go second.
Honey, as you're like turning the corner, you get that feeling you're being watched again.
Not looking behind me.
Okay.
Not doing it.
You pop open the lid, and there is a ladder that leads down.
Oh boy.
The ladder, as it's like going down, you can see it appears to be like trees and greenery all interweaved together, creating a massive canopy below you.
Interesting. Was there anything about this on the map?
Looks to be a balance.
And there wasn't anything about where in balance we needed to go.
No, from there on, it's sort of do not know. You will need to find the way or find someone to help you.
Great. Well, I guess we are going into the forest.
All right. As you all
Into the woods, you might say.
As you all make your way down the ladder, it is an instant and you are on the ground. The canopy above you has sunlight coming through it. If you didn't know better, you would think you were back on the material plane. Each of the trees looks ancient and old, but has like a strange, almost cyan glow to it. In addition to that, at the base of some of these trees are these like massive sea pods that you can see sort of dark figures inside of.
I'm trying to recall now. Is this possibly the reincarnation level?
That's
No,
one
that
more
was a
lower.
different level. This would be balance. Reincarnation, I believe, is the next level.
I am curious, but also think we should probably best leave alone.
I am on the same page as you, Lorgar. Just with this.
Well, it's a rare thing that, so we should act upon it.
Agreed. Let's keep moving.
Oh, what's that shiny thing over there? Darla says and starts.
Darla, dear. Let's
Darla.
keep on
Oh,
task.
all right.
I sort of grab her by her bandana.
Fair enough. Yeah, as
Like a leash. She needs one of those toddler backpacks.
She do.
As you
She
are all
can be
working through this forest, what are you looking for? What's the goal here? What do you want to do?
A hatch to the next level, I suppose, or
Yeah, or at least like a person, not a pod person,
Okay,
who
make
can
me
tell us.
other survival or perception checks. Just for time. I want to see how long this takes you. Natural
nat
20.
20.
Honey, it takes Honey minutes to not find like a way down, but to find another like person working on this level. You see tending to like one of the pods, taking what appears to be like some sort of like dust and like sprinkling it over it, and then the pod glows slightly brighter for a few moments. You see a pixie just kind of floating
howdy.
there. It kind of like floats and turns around. Oh! It is rare we get people so deep in here.
Oh no.
Yeah, sorry about that. This is balance, is it not?
Yes, this is where souls that need rest before returning come.
Returning where exactly?
To the cycle.
Oh, so this is like where you go before reincarnation.
No, this is where souls that stay intact go.
What is.
Beings
Sorry, I'm not
of...
sure I understand.
It's a difficult concept for most people to grasp. Beings of immense power. And she just points to, like, one of the pods. Like gods. Or guardians of nature.
So they go here for what? Why would they not go to paradise with everyone else?
They are necessary for the world to function. So they are returned to it after rest.
That sounds like a punishment.
Oh god, we're still on the punishment floor. It was a trick. We haven't left.
No? I mean, is it not?
Would it not be a greater punishment for the wind to never blow again?
I'm not sure I understand any of this, to be honest.
This is a difficult concept to grasp. And mortals have a disadvantage when it comes to grasping these things.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm pretty good at grasping things, but that's just me.
I'm
Maybe
sure
they just
you
need
are.
to be explained better. I don't know. That's my hypothesis, but what do I know? I'm just a mortal.
Points to one of the seed pods.
You're immortal?
Inside of that is the former god of man.
God of man?
Yes, humanoids. Creatures. Humans.
So what are they now? Just a seed pod?
They are resting. They are
what happens
they are
when they wake up?
recuperating with energy, and then they will once again return to their divine domain and become a member of the Pantheon once again.
Alright. But what happens in the meantime?
They rest.
What happens for the rest of us in the meantime? Say the god of man is taking a nap.
They have
What
left
happens
someone to oversee their affairs during this time.
Alright. Who's overseeing the affairs of man?
I do not know.
Sounds like excellent organization.
Perhaps a newer god's resting may be a better point of example for you.
Sure.
They point to one up on the ledge of a tree, sort of looking like a cocoon. In that sleeps Desna.
Uh-huh.
I have. I. Nope.
And who'd she leave in charge?
Someone she trusted with the responsibility of a god. Someone so worthy to her that she believed they could handle it.
So is this like
Sucker.
vacation then?
It is a rest. A vacation would be a good parallel for it.
All right then.
I suppose this is irrelevant to us as, I mean, I'm sure they're lovely gods haven't done a whole lot for me. We're looking for the heart of something or other.
The Eternal Heart?
That's the one.
You should not go there.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's where we have to go. So thank you for your concern, but I might understand that you're not going to help us find it.
I do not know the way. I tend to my garden. She just kind of like goes.
Well, then what was the nat 20 for? I rolled.
You would need someone
Out
older.
of curiosity,
Yes.
which plant in this garden is your favorite? Just curious.
She points to the.
And don't say you don't have favorites.
She points to the seed pod in the tree. I am quite close with that one. It speaks to me sometimes. Her power is returning to its full soon, and she will return to the sky, so we're able to communicate.
Oh, what's her name?
Her name is Desna.
That's the same one you were just talking. Oh,
Yes,
okay.
that is.
Second favorite. I want a new one.
Why?
I don't know. I'm curious. I'm
She
probably not
points-
going to be back here for
She
a very
points
long
to a
time,
very-
so might
she
as well ask the
points to a
questions
very
now.
small one. This one has been here for a very long time, but its power refuses to return to it. One of the former guardians of the world that gave up its power to protect it. Without that power, they cannot
Does it have a
return.
name?
The fairy like turns and says, Varlock, the Sky Warden. And upon hearing that name, Lorgar, you can see what's inside of that. It is a bird. A bird that you've seen once before.
Ah, the burb. I could hear that, McKenna.
I wasn't being quiet about it.
No one else could, because it wasn't into her mic.
Maybe it wasn't to my mic because Matt could hear me.
Well, no, I could hear it. You know, like images you can hear.
Fair enough.
No, that's interesting.
Yep, super cool. So
Still
you
doesn't
don't
help
know
us
the
get out
way-
of here.
Yeah, you don't know the way out. Do you know anyone who might?
The Grove Warden would know. She is the one who oversees us all. I will lead you to her. But
Gotcha.
all I ask is when you meet her that you do not go towards her with violence.
She will be met with whatever energy she gives to us, and that's all I can promise.
All right.
Are we allowed to ask her what her favorite plant is?
I mean, if you wish.
I wish.
Yeah, she leads you towards the center of this forest and to a quite honestly massive looking cottage. It looks as though it's been built into the side of this tree. And as you're brought there by this pixie, she just points to it and says, inside there you will find the Grove Warden. The one you're
Is she
looking
lying?
for. No.
Okay.
We think.
Thank you very much. That's very kind of you.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely
And, yeah.
talking. Have fun tending to your god garden.
As you all enter, you see this massive treehouse has been divided into like several levels with like steps between it. Pixies flying in and out, collecting like this dust from like different sort of deposit points and taking it to different groves throughout this floor. At the very top, a short walk away, is what appears to be a very old looking woman, sort of hunched over a kettle of sorts, and she's just spinning a single finger in it, turning it and turning it and turning it.
You mean a cauldron or a kettle?
A very large kettle, basically a cauldron.
Okay.
Her hair is like tied up in a bun that has like a bunch of vines and things almost growing from it, and she has this like moss cloak that looks like it has just grown on her from her not moving for so long from this spot.
Oh, I love your outfit.
She looks up towards you.
Oh boy.
Thank you.
I'm
Oh,
also a big moss person.
it's a sloth woman.
It grows on you.
So we are looking for the eternal heart.
How
We're looking
rare.
to get out of here. How rare?
She's staring at you, McKenna. She's staring at Honey Madeline. And it's not the type of stare that like a person who's actually looking at you. It's a type of stare of a person who's like looking into you.
Right, right. So,
How-
we do have business elsewhere, but unfortunately we're a little lost. We don't know where it is.
You are
So-
lost.
Oh boy.
I mean lost in a very literal sense.
It is so rare to see an original soul.
What?
She waves her hand, and behind Lorgar, you see like several different humanoid shapes appear. As with
Oh, how many do I got?
as behind Dee Dee, as behind Darla. An original
But
soul.
Oh, so I'm not someone who's ever been reincarnated. I don't have any past lives or anything like that.
Yes.
Well, you got a long way to go, I guess.
How does that happen? Who's in charge of that?
It is up to the soul when they arrive. But when new souls are needed, they are made. It is very rare that enough power is ever brought into the universe for that to happen, though.
Fascinating, fascinating. Well,
She's just
maybe,
stirring still.
What you making?
I'm producing the food for the pods in this grove.
Which one's your favorite?
I cannot have a favorite, for I cannot see them. I cannot leave this spot.
Which one is your least? Oh, okay. So it's not a matter of not having favorites. It's just that you can't see them. Okay.
I have
Do you have a favorite
dabbled.
in theory?
Why do you
Conceptually speaking.
Why do you come before me?
Oh, we're looking for the way out. Through that heart.
Yes, and you are not souls that should be here yet. I can see how this may be troublesome.
Yes, we would like to resolve that as quickly as possible.
And I would like to help you.
Oh, thanks.
However, I warn
Oh.
you, the way down is quite strenuous.
Hmm.
She points to the pot, the kettle, the cauldron below her that she has been stirring.
You want us to eat some of that, don't you?
No.
Oh.
Oh, is the exit through the pot?
This
The-
pot
Nope.
contains energy pulled from the soul dispersal engine. It would be the quickest way to reach the eternal heart. Would to be going down the pipe here. She just kind of like knocks at the pipe below the pot.
I'm sorry, I'm thinking of the Mario pipe sound right now. Um, I also feel I would be remiss if I never just actually asked this question. It does seem like going down seems so counterintuitive. Should we not maybe just be heading up, straight up, back to like where we started, and then someone gives us like a special key, opens the door, and then we leave that way? Or is it just seems so counterintuitive that the exit or an exit is at the bottom? I don't know. I'm questioning the architecture of the afterlife. This is an exercise in futility.
She smiles, but it is a question that you had.
All right. Quick question: is going through the pap through the mixture there actually going to result in how I can't phrase this any other way? Wetness, because my poor cat is wrapped in bandages, and you're not supposed to get that wet.
This vat is filled with the freshly dispersed souls of the wicked.
That's not a yes or a no.
So
It
we
is-
can't eat it.
It is not a liquid, and I would not recommend eating it.
Okay,
Fair enough.
that answers 2 questions. Thank you kindly.
It's the best way to describe the texture in this cauldron is like a cauldron filled with pixie stick sugar.
Oh, I want to eat that.
So it's like sand, more like.
Yeah, it's like sand.
I
Dust.
Okay.
hate sand. It's coarse and rough.
Yeah,
It gets everywhere.
yeah, it's okay.
Abby.
I'm sorry. I just watched the one episode of Ahsoka, and let me tell you, us prequels fans are eating good.
Well, yeah. Especially if you're a prequel and a Rebels fan. You're eating really well with Ahsoka.
You know, oddly enough, I'm not a huge Rebels fan. I'm a Clone Wars fan. I personally have always found Ezra kind of like insufferable. I do not care about him.
Ezra is insufferable. But the
I'm not
rest
looking
of the
forward
cast
to when
of
they
Rebels,
actually find him,
Yeah.
to be honest.
While we're just talking about this, while we're
Yeah,
sort of
we'll
waiting
let
for
McKenna
for
come
McKenna to
back.
get back, there's one thing that's always just sort of bothered me about Rebels. There's this weird sort of thing with the animation where they make just sort of big, wide gestures, and it's always very like, I don't know, like,
And I hate how they animated Anakin in Rebels. It's like, who is that man? I've never seen him before in my life. And the lightsabers are
He
like
was-
little sticks.
You could say
And they
that
wiggle, sort
you
of.
could say that he was so stiff in Rebels that he was less Anakin and more mannequin.
I mean, he's more animation now than man. But goodness, he has had an excellent showing in Ahsoka.
Yes, but sorry, chat.
Very memorable.
We are just taking a short sort of off topic so that we can let McKenna come back. She'll be back in a few seconds, and it'll also lead off to something pretty interesting, I think, which will probably end up being the cliffhanger for tonight anyway. So it will all work out in the end. And here's McKenna back with us again, everyone's favorite person. Hey.
It's McKenna.
The cauldron is filled with a substance that can be best described as a pixie stick sugar.
So, powder?
Yeah, like a powdered sugar type of thing. Very coarse, almost sandy.
Oh boy.
Coarse and rough, and it gets everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Listen, I'll enable that. I will always enable puns. But
Pun. That's not a pun.
Well, here, how about this, Will? You know why skeletons are such cool customers? Why they're so unflappable? You can't get under their skin.
yeah, that's good. That's a good spooky pun. I appreciate that, Matt. But this figure just continues stirring. That would be the quickest way to reach your goals, but it would be dangerous.
We gotta hop in the sand cauldron, apparently.
What's the catch?
It's apparently possibly dangerous.
This
Hey,
cauldron contains the freshly dispersed souls of only the most wicked creatures of all the multiverse.
Is there some Lord of Light in there? Heard some shit about him.
There was at one point. Their energy has returned to the universe.
Uh-oh.
Hey,
Like, in a bad way or a neutral way?
It was dispersed.
they've been recycled.
Well, if that's the only way out of here, then I suppose that's what we'll do.
I suppose so.
Is there anything we need?
She reaches up and grabs like
Oh.
a jar
Oh,
and just puts it down on the ground in front of you, and it's like a big old like jar. It's like a person-sized jar.
I mean, we got a variety of body sizes and types in the party. What size we're talking?
It's large enough for the three of you for everyone to fit in comfortably.
Oh God, we're doing a jar submarine.
Please
Okay.
don't put me in a jar. I've seen too many things on the internet.
God damn it!
The internet
You
does
had
not
to bring
exist
it
in this
up.
world.
You had to bring it up. It could be a nice terrarium. That's all.
Please.
It's like a mason
What
jar.
if it were just a magical portal in the cauldron and we just stepped through?
Yeah.
What if that? What if that?
A pot. A clear pot.
No lid.
No lid.
I can work with that.
Thin bit of paper. Like a wax ceiling.
Let's just get this over with.
Yeah. Let's just do it.
Puts you into the cauldron. Continues stirring, and you start to sink. And you start to sink. And you start to sink. And eventually you're completely, like, sunk into this, like, sandy, just strange swirl of multicolored sparkles and lights. As things are going, as you are all, like, sort of slowly making your way on this, like, pixie, on this, like, sandy elevator, for lack of a better word, you can see... Oh, Cookie. I'm just watching Cookie in the background. I'm so distracted. I'm sorry, chat.
She licked my damn paperwork.
Yeah?
Yeah, she just
Yeah, she's
and
just
just
looking
kept
at...
circling.
Yep.
Looking
But
for that perfect spot.
Good?
as you are progressing downward, figures begin to appear. Sort of like the last vestiges of a number of different creatures. You see the gaunt sort of face of someone who looked like they should be dead for thousands of years. You see several other creatures of various shapes, sizes. You see just one thing that appears to just be like an eye with a bunch of tentacles. Almost trying to maintain its shape in this dust, but then it dispersing and pulling away. And then you're out of it, and there's just a plop, and the jar in the pot around you shatters. And the area around you, where you once were in this very lush, very beautiful forest, you are now in this completely dead, foggy wasteland.
Druid is sad.
And little, like, will-o-wisps. You see, like, little will-o-wisps just dissolving into this dust and then floating upwards. Lorgar would be the first to have this happen to them. Lorgar, one of your scales, the very tip of it, dissolves into dust and just floats up.
As a reminder, I don't think alligators have scales. They just have leathery hides, don't they?
Oh, they do.
Oh, I'll admit I've never been to Florida.
Good
I
on you.
never will. The climate would not agree with me.
Oh.
Well, that's a tad concerning. Perhaps. Oh, are we in another situation where, like, well, we're here now. Where do we go?
You are in a similar situation, but there is one more factor that you as a party have not taken into account.
Uh-oh.
As you sort of are getting your bearings, sort of taking in the surroundings, behind you, it's almost like the earth itself is moving. And standing up with great sort of effort and with a number of tremors. Let me just get this token onto the stream for you all. Roll20 is taking its time for loading.
True.
So now are we on the reincarnation floor?
No, you're below it. You skip this one skipped the reincarnation. This is soul dispersal.
Oh boy.
No, I'm going to ignore the token. Standing up behind you is a creature that appears to have mountains on its back. It appears to have this sort of terrible looking jaw, and it lets out the worst roar, the roar that almost sounds like it would herald the end of the world, if people want to try to identify what this creature is, you can make me a society check.
Society?
Or nature.
That's
Oh,
Okay.
thank fuck.
Honey, that's a success. This creature
That's
is
a
so well
success.
known
Oh.
that even that will succeed. And Lordar and Dewdrop, the three of you have succeeded on knowing what this creature is. A calamitous herald, a creature said to bring about the end of worlds. Behind you, getting up, and beginning to now chase you, is a Tarask.
Oh.
And that
The Tarask?
is where we are a Tarask. And that, my friends, is where we are going to end tonight's session. Join us next time, chat, for a chase.
Will, please, we're already dead.
This is the second time I've been in a campaign where we had to deal with a fucking
Tarask.
Tarask. At least the last time we were
Maybe
level
it's
20.
a blind Tarask. Who knows?
Well, join us next time, chat, as our party will launch into a chase as a Tarask chases them through this level of the underworld.
What are we, level 3?
Yeah,
Level 4.
Oh my god.
Level 4.
Oh, we're level
Level
4.
4. That's why it's a chase.
Are you level 4?
Yes, I am, thankfully.
Okay, good. We've been in that situation with some players before.
We have been. But thank you all so much for coming. Don't forget to check out our many other shows. And yeah, if you want to see if our party can escape the Tarask,
I
join
would hope
us
so, because
next
the
time.
alternative maybe the end of the campaign.
Join us next time on Wild Ambition. Bye-bye.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.
We're gonna die.